Welcome to our Hong Kong Brief program. Today, we're diving into some fascinating stories that highlight the rich history and vibrant culture of Hong Kong. First up, we explore how two imperial heirs found refuge in Hong Kong during the tumultuous fall of the Song dynasty, a tale that connects the past to our present through historical landmarks being preserved amidst modern renovations. Next, we shine a spotlight on 14-year-old Valerie Chiu, who founded Teen Animals Des Scientists, TADS, a youth-led NGO that's making waves in science education and environmental conservation. With over 130 members from 10 countries, Valerie's initiative is empowering young people to make a difference in underprivileged communities, proving that age is just a number when it comes to driving change. Finally, we discuss cricket head coach Simon Willis's ambitious goal to elevate Hong Kong to the status of the most respected associate team in the world. With the team gearing up for important competitions, including the Cricket World Cup Challenge League, Willis emphasizes the need for financial backing and support to achieve this dream. Please stay tuned for more detailed content. South China Morning Post details the rich historical tapestry of Lantau Island, where a humble stele marks the boundary of a feudal estate from the 13th century, once belonging to Song dynasty official Li Maowing. This stone pillar, relocated several times, symbolizes a time when Lantau was not just a tranquil retreat but a significant site during the fall of the Song dynasty. As the Mongol forces advanced, the last heirs of the Song dynasty sought refuge on the island, where a coronation took place at Silvermine Bay. Tragically, their escape was short-lived. One boy emperor died from illness, and the other faced a grim fate as the dynasty crumbled. The narrative intertwines with the legends of Liu Xiufu, who, in a desperate act to preserve the dignity of the last emperor, jumped into the sea with the young ruler, marking a poignant end to an era. In another inspiring story, South China Morning Post introduces Valerie Chiu Wingyi, a 14-year-old girl whose passion for science and community service led her to establish Teen Animals Des Scientists, TADS, a youth NGO aimed at addressing inequality and promoting environmental conservation. Chiu's initiatives, which include science fairs and creative programs for children with special needs, have garnered attention and accolades, making her a finalist for the Spirit of Hong Kong Awards. Her vision transcends local boundaries as she connects with youth internationally, advocating for the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. Chiu believes that science should be accessible and fun for everyone, and she aims to foster a sense of community and compassion through her work, demonstrating that age does not limit one's ability to affect change. Lastly, the South China Morning Post highlights the ambitious goals of Hong Kong's cricket head coach Simon Willis, who aspires to elevate the city's cricket team to the status of the most respected associate team globally. With the upcoming Cricket World Cup Challenge League B on the horizon, Willis emphasizes the importance of regaining one-day international (ODI) status, which would not only enhance the team's reputation but also provide financial benefits and sponsorship opportunities. As the team prepares for a demanding schedule, including a training camp in Cape Town and matches against formidable opponents, Willis aims to build confidence and performance levels among players. His vision encapsulates the hope and determination of a team striving for excellence on the international stage, paving the way for future success and recognition. South China Morning Post highlights the dire housing crisis in Hong Kong, where over 110,000 residents live in subdivided flats and cage homes, a stark contrast to the city's wealth and infrastructure investments. Despite substantial fiscal reserves and government spending on various projects, the plight of the poor has been largely ignored, perpetuating a cycle of poverty. The government, under Chief Executive John Lee Ka-chiu, has initiated efforts to address this issue, including the formation of a task force to eliminate these substandard living conditions by 2049. However, critics argue that this timeline is too long and that immediate action is necessary to provide public rental housing and improve living standards for those affected. South China Morning Post also reports on the burgeoning esports scene in Hong Kong, which is struggling to gain the same level of recognition and support as in mainland China and South Korea. Local gamer IP Chiho recently experienced a dream moment playing alongside renowned esports team T1, yet he and other players express the need for increased government backing and a cultural shift to validate esports as a legitimate career. Despite the global esports market booming, local competitions have dwindled since the pandemic, and many talented players have either moved abroad or reduced their involvement. The government previously allocated funds to support the sector, but further investment and policy changes are necessary to foster a thriving esports community in Hong Kong. South China Morning Post examines the differing impacts of superstorms in the US and China, revealing a significant disparity in casualties despite similar storm strengths. For example, Hurricane Milton resulted in numerous American fatalities, while Super Typhoon Yagi caused only a handful of deaths in China. Experts attribute this difference to each country's emergency response strategies. China employs mandatory evacuations and proactive measures, while the US relies on voluntary evacuations, leading many to remain in harm's way. Additionally, the quick recovery efforts in China, supported by government funding and military assistance, highlight a more organized disaster response compared to the often criticized and slow relief efforts in the US. The economic implications of these storms also vary, with the US facing greater financial losses due to its wealth and asset concentration in vulnerable areas. South China Morning Post reports that Prabowo Subianto, Indonesia's newly elected president, is stepping into a pivotal role as he succeeds Joko Widodo. With a military background and a history of political rivalry with Widodo, Prabowo's presidency raises questions about whether he will uphold his predecessor's policies or forge a new path. His selection of Widodo's son as vice president suggests a commitment to continuity, yet analysts predict a more authoritarian governance style. Prabowo's past, marked by allegations of human rights abuses, complicates his image, and experts believe his administration may seek to consolidate power by forming a broad coalition while stifling dissent. In a surprising turn of events, a woman named Wang Ying attempted to smuggle 29 eastern box turtles into Canada by kayak, as reported by The Telegraph. Arrested by Border Patrol, Ying was found with the turtles wrapped in socks, which are highly valued in the Chinese black market. Her communications suggested that the turtles were intended for sale in Hong Kong. Facing serious charges, Ying pleaded guilty to unlawfully attempting to export the turtles and now faces up to 10 years in prison and hefty fines. This case highlights the ongoing issue of wildlife trafficking and the lengths individuals will go to profit from illegal activities. South China Morning Post shines a light on Dany Garcia, the trailblazing ex-wife of Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, who has played a crucial role in his transformation from a wrestling superstar to a Hollywood mogul. A former banker, Garcia founded 7 Bucks Productions and the Garcia Companies, overseeing a diverse portfolio that includes sports, fashion, and entertainment. Notably, she became the first woman in the US to own a major sports league when she acquired the XFL. Recognized for her contributions to the industry, Garcia has received numerous accolades and continues to influence the world of sports and entertainment while maintaining a passion for bodybuilding. South China Morning Post reports on Lawrence Ng, the celebrity trainer who has gained prominence for his work with Kansas City Chiefs tight end Travis Kelce and other high-profile clients like Big Sean and the Chainsmokers. Ng, who owns the Beverly Hills Gym Legendary Performance, transitioned from an athlete to a trainer after an injury cut his baseball career short. His dedication to studying human movement and performance enhancement paid off as he built a prestigious client base, including Kelce, who often trains with him during off-seasons. Their relationship has developed into a close friendship, with Ng being seen supporting Kelce at games alongside his girlfriend, Taylor Swift. South China Morning Post also highlights the ongoing debate surrounding the wages of foreign domestic workers in Hong Kong, particularly after a recent government increase of 120 Hong Kong dollars, which many argue is insufficient given the rising cost of living. The new minimum wage of 4,990 Hong Kong dollars is lower than increases seen in other sectors and does not account for the long hours many workers put in, often exceeding 12 hours a day. Despite their significant contribution to the economy, these workers often earn far below the statutory minimum wage. Unions are advocating for a living wage of at least 6,000 Hong Kong dollars per month, emphasizing that fair compensation is essential for financial stability and attracting future workers, especially as demand for domestic help is expected to rise. The Toronto Star details the U.S. government's recent expansion of sanctions against Iran following its missile attacks on Israel. In response to the October 1 attack, which involved around 180 missiles, the U.S. targeted Iran's energy sector and its network of companies allegedly involved in the sale and transport of Iranian oil. National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan stated that these sanctions aim to restrict Iran's financial resources that support missile programs and terrorism. As tensions escalate between Israel and Iran, the U.S. emphasizes its commitment to holding Iran accountable, with Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen indicating that further actions will be taken if necessary to address these threats. South China Morning Post highlights the lesser-known life of Alice Berry, the wife of SNL creator Lorne Michaels. Originally his assistant at NBC, Berry has largely stayed out of the public eye, despite her husband's fame. She worked at SNL from 1989 to 1991 and has recently co-chaired a charity gala with notable guests such as Tina Fey and Emma Stone. Married in 1991, Berry and Michaels have 3 children who are also pursuing careers in the entertainment industry. Michaels, who has a net worth of $500 million, continues to lead SNL as it approaches its 50th season, celebrating the show's legacy and its impact on television and culture. The Associated Press reports on a serious legal case involving Wang Ying, a woman from China who pleaded guilty to attempting to smuggle 29 eastern box turtles across a Vermont lake into Canada. The turtles, a protected species, were found individually wrapped in socks inside her duffel bag as she prepared to kayak across the border. Ng's actions were part of a larger scheme to sell the turtles on the black market for a significant profit. Facing charges that could result in up to 10 years in prison and a hefty fine, her case raises awareness about wildlife trafficking and the dire consequences of such illegal activities. The Telegraph opinion discusses the precarious political situation in Minnesota under Governor Tim Walz, especially as the state approaches a critical presidential election. Once considered a reliable Democratic stronghold, Minnesota is now experiencing an unprecedented population decline, with many residents leaving due to rising costs and economic stagnation. The article critiques Walz's handling of crime and education, suggesting that his governance has led to increased crime rates and decreased academic performance despite rising education spending. As Minnesota's challenges reflect broader national concerns, the piece warns that a continuation of Walz's policies could spell trouble for America under a potential Kamala Harris presidency. Thank you for tuning in. The content above showcases the latest briefing reports and analytical synopses, thoughtfully curated by the 6Do team. These insights stem from a wide array of reputable media outlets, think tanks, government sources, and specialized experts worldwide. We encourage you to explore these sources for a comprehensive perspective. Keep in mind that while the content may not always align with the official standpoint of 6Do Brief, it's not meant to be taken as absolute directives for decision-making. Comprising seasoned media professionals, learned scholars, and accomplished scientists, the 6Do team embodies a trailblazing, fully independent media entity. To customize 6Do Brief to meet your professional needs, you have the option to subscribe to a diverse array of briefings on our website, 6dobrief.com. Regardless of your location, you can conveniently receive 6do brief via email.
Riches flow, iron fist, gold streets, power resist, economy crush, lives that fall, traitors bleed, our call. Factories roar, stealing might, witness sweat, endless night, stop on its surge, shadows blend, rise of empires no end. Dragons realm, blood and steel, screams unheard, prophets real, in boardrooms cold, fortunes made, workers fate in the shade. Currency war, silent fight, cradles burn, like a night, through the storm, neon gleam, economic power, ruthless steam, contract sign, trails deep, backroom deals, falls asleep, bank vaults echo, greed's insatiable cry. In this mental wasteland, dreams die. Like a sweat, endless night, stubborn surge, shadows bled, rise of empires no end, dragons realm, blood and steel, screams unheard, prophets real, in boardrooms cold, fortunes made, workers fate in the shade. Currency war, silent fight, cradles burn like a night, through the storm, neon gleam, economic power, move the sea. Currency war, silent fight, cradles burn like a night, through the storm, neon gleam, workers fate in the shade. Currency war, silent fight, cradles burn like a night. Through the spawn, neon gleam, economic power, ruthless scheme. Contract sign, betrayals deep, backroom deals, folks asleep, bank vaults echo, greed's insatiable cry. In this mental wasteland, dreams die. Contract sign, Israel's deep, backroom deals, vulture sleep, bank vaults echo, greed's insatiable cry. In this mental wasteland, trees die. Rising seas, nation law, future built, unpaid and war. In the east, the dragon sleeps, waste to gutter, see its